Hi, I'm Athena Rethis, and welcome to the Quarantine podcast. This week's special guest is Isa. Hey,
Hi.
never would have expected you. I'm kidding.
I know, crazy.
Crazy. She just randomly joined my Zoom call.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Didn't even plan this.
Yeah. Of course, we're joking. So
Yeah.
Isa, I have two questions. That
Okay.
I normally ask every guest. Do you have any TV show or movie recommendations for us?
Okay, last night I watched Silence of the Lambs. So good. So good. So good. You need to watch that if you haven't. The acting's amazing. And my favorite movie, The Godfather.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I have two movie recommendations, kind of at that level as well, like classics.
hmm
Cats. Cats. Watch Cats.
Have you seen it?
Twice, yes.
Is it is it good? I've heard so many different things.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. The first time watching it, so I went with two friends, and one friend already saw it, so she was looking at our reactions. That's the way to go. If you saw
Okay,
it
okay.
the first time, you go with friends who haven't seen it.
I actually love doing that. I do that a lot.
Yeah, it's really fun. With cats, the best thing ever. You record them. You record the screen. Oh, when movie theaters open again, but we record the scene and then pan over to us, and we're like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
but it's
Mhm.
honestly, I don't know. I think it's good to look at movies that are good and bad. You look at good movies
For
to obviously
sure.
emulate that, but bad movies to know what not to do. And that's just as important for learning, I think. And last night I was at this cinema club for I'm in college, and I randomly just said cats, and each week we watch another movie, and everyone was like, "No." But then we asked everyone to vote which movie we should watch, and everyone
And
put
everyone voted cats.
uh-huh. And then they were like shocked, but obviously it wasn't just me that voted. That's not how democracy works. So we're gonna see Cats. I already saw it twice, so I recommend Cats. And the other movie, oh my gosh, I already forgot. Shit. Oop. Um, Oh no. Oh, Visions of Light. Just kind of, it's a good movie about film. It especially talks about cinematography, and it's a little much. I don't know. I have to watch the movie for school, but
Is
I
it a documentary?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's from cinematographer's point of view about lighting and everything.
Okay.
Also, if you're really into film, because Issa, I know you are. Side
hmm
by Side is like my favorite. Keanu Reeves is in it, and he's just
Okay.
interviewing people. It's about the switch from film to digital, and you learn so much about film because obviously I'm in film school, but
hmm
we're not shooting with film,
Right.
So
Yeah, I think it's crazy like the switch. My cousin's a photographer and she has like two film cameras and she obviously has a digital. But yeah, I think it's crazy the difference. I think film is so
yeah, I have
much prettier. I think it's beautiful.
boom,
Yeah. So
yeah,
cool. Do
yeah.
you develop it yourself?
No, I'm taking a class right now, and we were supposed to. I mean, COVID, but we just take photos, send it into the lab, and they send it back.
Okay.
Sadly. But I was supposed to be learning how to develop film because developing film in itself is an art form, is what my teacher always says. I have no idea. I never tried it. But I'm actually going to be adding a photography minor, hopefully. I kind of
Yeah.
get approved and just do more and more work in school, and then I could totally add it. Sounds kind of
Yeah,
easy.
that's awesome. My cousin, she's a photography major. Well, she finished school. She was a photography major, but at her college, she went to Moore Park Community College and then UCLA. But at Moore Park, it was really chill and like she would take me into the red room. What is I think that's what it's called where they develop. She'd take me into that room with her, and I could see how they did it. It was so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, I really want to know. That's the whole point of taking the first classes. You learn all the basic techniques.
Right, right,
But we're in a pandemic,
right.
sadly. So I don't know. I think it's just gonna be up to me. I asked my professor, who's actually I mean, obviously a professor, but he's a professor in art. Because this class, has a bunch of film people coming in too. Because what's great about photography and for like art and film is that most directors they need to know painters or artists, and that's kind of how they base off some of their scenes. There's like this one famous scene in a diner that a lot of cinematographers and directors just like love, and they love like just doing that painting in their movies,
Right.
like
Yeah, yeah,
replicating
yeah.
it. Like some
Yeah. It definitely adds to the film if they know like what's visually appealing and yeah.
yeah, and especially if they know Rembrandt lighting is kind of just a big thing. Oh gosh, I've heard so much about that this semester.
Yeah, I was gonna say in talking about lighting, I'm obsessed with The Godfather. It's my favorite movie, and it's like the shadows and the darkness of that movie, the lighting. It's like another character. Like it adds so much to the movie. Can completely make or break a movie. I think.
Same thing with cats. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Sorry, you should just watch it. I
Is it funny at least?
You can laugh at it. Yeah,
Right, right.
not with
Like
it really.
no, like at it. Okay,
Yeah,
I
unless
need
you win
that.
an Oscar. I know it really is a pick me up sometimes. It can
Uh
really put
huh.
you in an interesting mood. You know, movies can just do that to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That one's
One of
especially.
them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, switching topics. Just go check out those movies. I haven't actually seen the whole Godfather yet. I am so bad at movies. I only watch like the first 20 minutes and I
I
stop.
can't do that. Well, if I'm into a movie, I need to watch the whole thing.
No,
Yeah.
normally I started at like 11 p.m. And then I'm like, is
And
it
then
worth
you're like
it
too
to be up
tired.
at 1? Is it?
Right,
Because I'm
right.
normally not finished my homework till like 11. So I have
Are
no
you a
option.
procrastinator when it comes to homework?
Okay, that's a, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm trying really hard not to be, but oh my god, bio is just kicking my ass. I have a 2 unit bio. 2 unit means 2 hours a week. This
Mm-hmm.
teacher, I love her and hate her. I scheduled an office hour with her. Anyway, she's really like chill. Like she sends videos being like, "You guys got it. You guys can do
Yeah,
it."
yeah, yeah. She's encouraging.
Like it's all online, and bio is already like I love sciences, but I hate bio, chem, and physics.
Yeah, but it's fucking hard.
You just memorize them and just not know it's fine. You can correct.
Okay,
I
okay,
already
okay.
wrote them. But yeah, bio is normally supposed to be 2 hours a week. So I kind of like at the beginning of the semester, kind of like, no, okay, 16 units, 16 extra hours a week, 16 hours and another 16 hours of doing work. Because normally it's 16 hours like in school, like on Zoom calls, but most of mine aren't. But I still calculated, okay, 32 hours a week on homework. No, this is,
Yeah.
I have to do at least like 2 hours of bio homework each day. I'm also a slow reader, and I can't just speed read my way through bio because all of the words kind of
I'm
sound.
such a slow reader. It's such a problem for me. It's
Yeah,
such because I'll start reading and then I'll like it's so slow. I don't understand it, and I'm like, what am I reading? I just don't
yeah,
understand it because
yeah. Especially with bio, it's so hard. Good thing there's a lot of pictures, but then the questions are about the pictures, and you're like, huh? Like,
yeah, like
it's
what
a
the hell does this
photo.
mean?
What? Yeah.
Right.
It normally takes me. So I have 4 assignments due on every Thursday and Tuesday, and normally I have to read a whole chapter that's about like 20 to 30 pages, sometimes 40. Oh my god, this one chapter had 40 pages, and I was so pissed. I was like, the
Yeah.
audacity of you to.
Would you say that? I mean, for me, it's a yes. That you've gotten more homework over this time.
100%, yes.
Yeah.
But also, I am a sophomore now. I was a freshman last year, so. But I mean, it just all bio. I don't know. My film stuff is relatively like just watch a movie. My photography, obviously, shoot photos.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I honestly just think it's bio. That's like legit it.
That's your word. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't procrastinate on bio as much. I try to start bio every day before noon. That's
That's
like pretty
good.
decent, you know?
That's good.
It just takes me forever.
Yeah.
So yes and no for procrastinating. I always try to get my homework done before 9 for bio, and then after 9, worry about everything else. After bio, everything's pretty easy. Like I try to do the hard stuff first, which is just bio.
Me too. That's what my mom always says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I would say I'm in terms of procrastination. I'm like this.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've gotten way better with it during this time. Because since I'm home, I could just do it right then and there. Whereas I live far from my school, so I would have to drive, come back. I'd get picked up late, and I'd be home at like 5.
Hmm.
And then I'd like shower, eat dinner, whatever. So I'd start super late. But now I'm like home, so it's easy.
Yeah, yeah. Especially in college, normally it's good to have a break in between your two classes. I have an 8 a.m. till like 10:45, and then a 2 to like 4:45, and it's good to have that break in between to study for the next test. It's not good to
Right,
like be in class the whole time because then you're already tired around 2.
right.
And
Yeah,
normally
that's
there's a bunch
true.
of cool events in the middle, and like there's still events like in the middle which I can go to, but normally I try to like just calm down because my first class normally like ends around 11 because you know how teachers.
Yeah, yeah,
but
they like to.
but I try to do a little bit of homework in between then, and then right after my other class I'm like, okay, let's go, homework time. It's photography. I get excited. I'm creating. I'm like, it's gonna be
Yeah,
one day.
yeah, for me also like the same thing. Like I'll get in if I like the class, I'll get really into the homework and I'll be excited to do it. Like my English class, since I'm a senior, we have like more freedom with the classes we get to take for English. And I'm taking a sports class. I love sports.
Mm.
So I get really excited when we have to watch like a sports documentary or read something about sports. And yeah, but the other stuff I'm like, no, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. Good thing about college though, you can pick your classes. I mean, of course you can't like pick all the GEs. I'm taking a religious studies class. I've been in like religious school my whole life, so it's like fine. But also like who's excited to read and watch documentary about religion, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Like I don't know any religious person that's like, "Yeah, let's go."
Let's go. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's pretty calm. And then I'm taking a linguistics class about curse words. That's really interesting. A lot of reading, but a lot of the reading is like just saying curse words, and it's so funny. Yeah, it's good.
That's so cool. I've never heard of a class like that
I think it's like the first
about.
kind, honestly, because it was like highlighted at my school's like website. It's like I'm on the front page, not a picture of me, but my classes,
Uh-huh.
and it's
That's so cool.
called Forbidden Language. It's a book. Oh my god, wait, let me grab the book. It's really funny. Just the oh my
Is
phone.
it like the origin of curse words?
Sometimes it's just talking a good look at bad language. It's just looking about how different cultures curse. I'm just gonna give you the first 3 chapters, just how it starts. Okay, Pythagoras once said, "How the fuck did I work that out?" That's how all of them start, and it's so funny because written by this female like just linguist, and she really loves curse words, and she feels like everyone has a bad attitude towards it. Okay,
Yeah.
this is a quote by Julius Caesar. Fucking hell, Brutus. Not you too. So a lot of these are really good. I finished reading the book. It's like 200 pages, but I had to read it, and this is why I don't like reading as much. Okay, last one from Joan of Arc. I don't suppose it's gonna fucking rain, is it? I love it. They
That's
have better
cool.
quotes, but those are the first 3. You should
I
get the
want to
book.
take that.
It's
What's
really
it
fun.
called?
Forbidden Language. Read the book or the class?
The book. The book.
Oh, okay. Exclusive deleted. It's a. I'll just type it in chat if you need it. Because it's like really related to something else. You'll understand why it's called that.
Mhm.
Because you learn what everything means, sadly. But also, it's good. Everyone,
Yeah.
when someone says, like, oh, you're being hurtful, that's like, oh gosh, what do people say when you curse people? Like that's a curse, and you're like, no, it's not a curse. That's like an expletive or like whatever. You can just be like, it's not a curse. A curse means something different,
Uh
and it's
huh.
so annoying. I haven't like used my knowledge on it yet, but it would be so annoying if someone's like, stop cursing at me, or like stop cussing at me. Those are two different things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are
Yeah. Yeah.
two
Yeah.
different things. There's so
Yeah.
many other things, and I forgot them all. But it's in my notes. I can't think right now.
That's so cool.
Normally I do my homework like right after my voice class on Saturdays, so I'm not in the mood for
Um.
linguistics,
Yeah.
but I love it. Yeah, it's great. I took a linguistics class the semester before. I really like linguistics. It's just fun to know about language.
Yeah. That's so cool. I definitely. Oh, I hope they have that where I'm going.
I hope
Yeah.
so. The class, I think it's the first time. maybe second semester ever they taught it. And first, normally they cancel a class if they have under like 10 people. First time, I think they had 11 people. Now we have like 32. I could be wrong. I just
Oh,
remember about
damn.
this class in my linguistics class, and my linguistics professor was so happy because I think it was the chair that decided to take on the class. And the chair normally knows other linguistic people, like linguistic students or other linguistic professors to convince their students to take that class. So it has a better
Right.
chance than just a random part-time professor being like, "Hey guys, take this class." So
Yeah.
they like know people. So yeah, it made the front page. So that's cool.
Damn. That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's also kind of rough because I think like UCLA or like some other school had a similar class, and this one teacher was like saying all the curse words as part of the class, and
Right.
he got fired for it. Yeah, it was a big
That's
news
literally the
story.
point of the class. Damn.
Yeah, some girl was like, "I don't like how you keep saying all these curse words," and he was like, miss, like what?"
Like, you signed up for that.
And then she was like, she was really religious, I think. I don't know. I don't really know the full
Oh.
story. And then, but he just got canceled because one girl was like, "Can't you just say frick? We know what you're saying." And then he was like, "This is the what? Like this is."
It's the point.
He just like kept going, and then she reported it to like the I don't know whoever, and he got fired.
Oh my
It was a huge
god.
news story because I remember it happened last semester as well. My linguistics professor like had to debrief us, being like, "Hey, whenever I say curse words, like he barely really rarely said it, but he had to say it for like context, like in different like you there's different like kind of sayings like regionally." And he was
Mm-hmm.
just like, "Hey, every time I said the curse word, y'all know it's like not me. It's me, but it's not. It's for the class."
Yeah, yeah.
And he had to, and everyone's like, "Yeah." And it was like, "Okay, cool. Like not none of y'all are gonna tell on me because this is like the course." And
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Yeah, what the? What do you say? Like what?"
That's so bizarre.
Yeah. It wasn't a huge news story, but linguistic people know what I'm talking about, so shout
Yeah.
out. Maybe. Oh god, it was just so interesting. He came in all somber and he had a cup of coffee and he put the coffee down and he was like, "Hey guys." He sat on the chair, sat on the desk and he was like, "Guys, how do I say this to you?" He was just like flustered. I mean, it wasn't even
Mm-hmm.
he was taking just a normal linguistics class,
Right.
but like he still had to debrief everyone.
Right, right. Oh, I have a question for
Yeah.
you thinking about that. You said you brought up coffee. Do you drink coffee?
No, not really. I only drank coffee when I went to
Me
the
neither.
studio. When I start
Uh,
right there, I would only get coffee if I'm really tired. But I normally would get a refresher at Starbucks.
yeah. If I go to Starbucks, I don't remember the last time I went to Starbucks.
Same.
I'd get a strawberry acai.
Yeah.
Like I just need something light. I
Yeah.
don't the only coffee I will drink is black coffee with nothing.
What? That's
Yeah,
like
cuz that's how that's how my dad drinks it. I don't like a bunch of
no.
stuff
My
in
mom
it.
likes hot coffee with like cream. No, I like iced coffee. Iced mocha, I think. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yes.
No, I don't like it.
It's good. But like I only have that like once a month. Sometimes if I'm really tired, I would say I wake up at like 11 and I have so much homework and I'm already dead. You need coffee sometimes.
Hmm. For me, honestly, coffee doesn't do anything. Or maybe because
I
I
think
don't
it's a
drink it.
placebo. Might be a placebo.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Maybe for some people. Maybe it's like genetic. I don't know. I'm learning about genetics and bio.
Mm,
Gosh. Okay, let's move on a little bit to screen time. If you want.
okay,
Yeah, I gotta get.
I'm scared.
Yeah. Okay,
It
my.
always changes every week
Yeah.
for me.
Oh my god, I'm 25% down from last week.
Me
I think
too.
that's because I had a power outage, or like my power was out yesterday. I didn't tell you that, but um,
It
we
was.
yeah, I didn't tell you. It was okay.
Was it like all day?
Depends on who you ask. I told people different things because I was. It sounds bad of me. I'm not fake. I just I was okay. So mm, there was a tree that fell on my roof. I have a big tree like out right over there, and like it's huge. So a branch fell, and there's like a hole in my roof. And every time it rained, it fell like a year ago. Every time it rained, it leaked, and it got worse and worse. But thank God it's summer now, so we fixed it. We were planning on having it fixed and like redoing our house. But so we were gonna rent a new house, and my grandfather was gonna fly over here and go, and we're gonna live in a new house for like 3 months, and then come
Oh,
back here and be like, yay, we're home. But he didn't want to fly because of the pandemic, so we just fixed the roof. We didn't do anything else. We needed to do the bathrooms and a bunch of other things, but we didn't. Anyway, so wind happened, and the cable connecting to our house like sagged a bunch. You know how it's normally not supposed to. It's supposed to
yeah,
not be
yeah.
under 12 feet. Ours was 8 feet, and it was really dangerous. We had no idea until the roof people were like, "Hey, I think something's wrong." So my dad called like LA Water and Power Department. They were over here
Hmm.
yesterday, and they were like, "Hey, this is gonna start a fire." So they cut the power at like 11, and I was in the middle of my meeting, and then just my computer's off, and I'm like, "Welp." I go outside being like, "What the fuck?"
Oh
And
shit.
and they're like, "Yo, we cut the power, dude. It's like not safe." And I was like, "Okay, I can't really be mad at them. Could have
Yeah,
started a
yeah.
fire, but like, come on, man, give me a warning."
Come on. Yeah.
And then
Oh
I
my
was like,
god.
"Well, YOLO." Like they were like, "Should we cut the power again?" And I was like, "No, I have a meeting. I had a really important meeting yesterday for my classes to like register for classes."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Just put it back on. Who cares if we have a fire?" And then they looked at me all weird, and I was like, "Oh, shit, yeah." They don't really get our humor or like just
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
humor. And I was like, "Whatever." And then I was like, "Is the water still on?" And they were like, "Yeah."
Oh
And they were
my
just fixing
god.
it. They weren't the best, but they also, I don't know. I think they were just concerned, and I was like,
Yeah.
a tree could have like killed me. I don't care. I mean, it couldn't have. I don't think, but like it could if the wind was strong enough, and anything kind of just kill you now. YOLO. So then I took a shower instead. My meeting had an hour left. Took a shower. Turns out when I got out of the shower, the power went back on, but then it went back off. It was on for like 2 hours. Went back off for like 15 minutes. And during that 15 minutes, I want to write a play about like just the power going off and you just having a panic attack. It was an hour
Do
before.
it. I'll be in it.
Oh god, great. Great, great, yes. It's just so annoying. So the power went back on immediately after the shower. He like kind of just like Jerry fixed it. I don't know, Jerry, I don't know what it's called. Just kind of fixed it for the time being. And then I told like
Oh,
the
like
people
he like didn't fix it like
completely.
full.
No, no. Then the electrician has to come and like I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
without
yeah.
power for 2 days probably. So anyway, he said that if he can't get it fixed, I'll be out power for a few days. So I was like scared, but also like, you know what? I'm gonna do some reading. I'm gonna reinvent my life. Gonna be working out. Just like that's all I'm gonna be doing. Reading, workout, reading, workout.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm the best version of myself. Who gives a shit about homework? Canvas,
Fuck
bad
homework.
vibes. So anyway, I had that plan in the shower. Got out of the shower, the power was back on, and I was like, shit, should I go back to my meeting? And then I go outside being like, I dress, obviously I'm not. I go outside and I'm like, is the power like on or is it like not on? Like explain. And he was like, okay, it's like on, but like don't use too much of it. It's still kind of dangerous. And I
Oh
was like,
god.
okay, well that means no computer. So then I was like, should I go back on my meeting? There's like 20 minutes left. I already left. I sent this huge thing being like, guys, my power went off. Frick. And then I sent like 10 minutes later, I don't think my power's gonna come back for 2 days because he said if you can't fix it, that's what's gonna happen. And then
Mhm.
I never texted it again. I was like, the power came back on, and I was like, well, I should just do my homework now because it could be off any second. So I started doing my
Yeah.
bio homework, ate
Well, at least you
lunch.
did that.
Yeah. I had my lunch. The power went off again for 15 minutes. And then I was like, God fucking damn it. I did like some of my bio homework. I could email my professor right now being like, hey, my power's out. I was like drafting the email being like, okay, maybe I'll send it. And then the power went back on. And then I had a bunch of stuff for that meeting I had to do. Then I just was like, the power didn't come back on. I didn't really say
Yeah.
anything. I
Yeah.
mean, like, what did
Oh,
they?
it's
Oh, I
fine.
lost a couple hours of my day, and I had to do bio homework, and I had meetings and stuff all day. If you have nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. So hmm.
True.
I did tell them this morning that I got the power back. So
That's good.
I mean, like, I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, my life is over. If I don't do this bio assignment, I'm gonna fail the class, fail out of college. I'm not gonna, just like,
Are you an overthinker like that? I'm
yes,
totally like that. I'm
yes.
totally about everything. Everything. It's so
Mhm.
bad.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, it's rough. And I shouldn't. I should told him I got the power back, but by the time everything was already like done, like everything was due around like at 2. The power
Mm-hmm.
came back around 1. But I had to do my bio homework because I was freaked it was about to go out again. Did that, it was like 1:40. And like, what can you do in 20 minutes that they haven't? Like, I'm in a group. That sounds bad. I realize that this whole thing makes me sound bad. But like, we're just pitching in ideas. And I already pitched a bunch of ideas like 2 weeks before. So like, I could like, yeah, maybe I can come up with like one more if I just think hard enough. But what, why would I,
Yeah.
why would I just
Right.
randomly like, hey guys, do this?
Yeah, yeah.
They already like excuse me for the day. There's no point to like shoot yourself in the foot if they already gave you like a place. I don't know. I had a
Yeah.
good analogy, then I just was like, wait, shooting your foot kind of sounds weird. But I just dropped it. Let's not continue. Okay, Issa, screen time. I forgot that we didn't do
Screen
that.
time?
Yeah.
Okay, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
5 hours.
That's not that bad. Just 5 hours flat
Yeah.
daily average, or is that today?
This is my average.
Okay, cool. Mine's
Yeah.
3 hours and 19 minutes. Oh God.
That's good.
I don't think so.
Honestly though, I watch a lot of movies on my phone.
Really?
And so yeah, like cuz like if I'm watching a movie on Disney Plus or something, we don't have it on the TV, so I like duplicate my screen to the TV. We have Apple TV.
Yeah, yeah, I do that too. Cool.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's my iPad. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also bad because I get notifications on my iPad, and my friends just randomly text me random shit, and then my parents see like, "What the hell does he mean? Are you Bob Duncan?" Like it, like they just see like random stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hate that. I hate that my friend will text me something and I'll be watching a movie with my mom and I'm like, God damn it! Now she's gonna see my text.
I know. Gosh, and it's yeah. And that's why I stopped doing that. I was just like, okay, if it's not on Netflix, I'm not watching it with my parents.
Yeah.
Even the stuff at Netflix, sometimes like a kissing scene, and even at 19, that's really hard to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
watch.
yeah. Oh my God, there was. Oh, I'm not even gonna say it, but there was this really like odd scene in Silence of the Lambs where they're talking about genitals,
Mm-hmm.
and he like the guy Anthony Hopkins was like smelling, and it was just so awkward, like with my mom right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough. I think honestly, what's great about I know it's sad about movies we can't go see it together and like that whole experience is gone. But like it's good to like privately watch movies as well for like that awkwardness to be kind of eliminated, but also like that means none of us are watching the same stuff.
Right.
It's hard to
Yeah.
like get back to like the old Disney Channel days where like we know what the heck we're talking about.
Right. Right.
It's hard for all of us to be like united and have that same experience,
Hmm.
you know?
I don't. I just. They just made an announcement that like my childhood theater, the theater closest to my house, they're closing down because they have no business. And I think a lot that's happening to a lot of theaters, and that makes me so sad. The movie theaters, like for me, there's no place like the movies. I love going to the movies. That is so sad for me.
Yeah, the past 4 years I haven't been as much, but the few times I have were like the best nights of like that semester that year.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's
Yeah.
so fun. No matter who you're going with, just like it's like you guys pick out a movie together, you get the popcorn together, you share that experience of watching a movie for the first time or not the first time, but it's a unique experience and
I know. Yeah, I know. I didn't go as much because I didn't really have friends that would want to go with me. But like now I have friends. Like film people want to go watch films, so that
mm-hmm.
was cool. Um, it's really good to go with film people. Like, go with film people that aren't like judgmental.
Yeah.
Go with like chill film people that are like, okay, I saw where this was going. Cool. Like
Mhm.
they're still like they know what's happening. Like I think with me as a screenwriting major, I see a bunch of movies or TV shows, and like I know what's gonna happen next because I'm already like trying to think about what's happening next, and I already like predict 90% of
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. But like same thing with other film people, like they know where the camera's gonna go. You can always tell who's the villain is by the lighting, especially like the
Mhm.
cinematography
Yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah.
It's like really
That's
hard. It'd be like really fun to go to films with them because they're like, you're like whoa, because like you don't expect who's like the villain sometimes, but then
that's
they're like, I knew
interesting.
it.
That's interesting that you say that because like how you think about what's coming next. I I don't understand how people can watch a movie and just shut their mind off. A lot of people say they watch a movie and like they're just like don't think about anything. It's just that movie. For me, it might also be because we're into
Film.
acting and
Oh yeah,
film and all that. But like I can't just close my mind when I'm watching a movie.
yeah. You know it's fake. Like you know,
Hmm. Yeah. Or just yeah, I don't know.
except for horror movies, I think it's totally real. I don't know. I'm so
Really? For me, I'm
scared.
the opposite. Horror movies are the
No.
ones like I'm this is fake. If it's a good movie, good storytelling, I'm really into it.
Oh no, I really think like, okay, this was a movie, but it was just made just for me, and they're gonna come kill me. That's what I think. I can't watch any horror
Really?
movies. Yeah, I
Okay,
really
I
think I'm
love
gonna
horror
die every
movies.
time. Nope.
I think more than anything, I mean, I know people like are actually scared. I think they're funny. I think they're so funny. And I think they're just stupid. Like the bad ones. There's obviously some
Oh
great
yeah.
ones. But like, yeah.
I need to watch it with friends. If I watch it I mainly watch movies at night. I cannot watch a horror movie at night. Then that's all I will think about, and I won't sleep.
Yeah.
All right, kind of going into sleep. How's your sleep schedule like, Issa?
Wait, you cut off.
Oh,
Hold
sorry.
on.
How's your sleep schedule like? Because I don't know. I kind of want to switch topics.
Oh, my sleep
Mhm.
schedule?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, that's hard. Last week, I was a disaster. I'd go to bed so late. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I'd wake up super early. I've always woken up early, but I usually I'd have a good sleep schedule. But recently, I've been a mess. I've been getting like no sleep.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I've been very like flippy floppy. uh,
Yeah, same.
Sometimes I write really late at night. Or really late. It's like 12 to like 1. And then I wake up either like at 6 or I wake up at like my latest I will ever sleep in is 11:30. If I go past that, I think I'm a failure. I always
Really?
wake up my body naturally if I don't set an alarm wakes up around like 9:10. But like if I don't and I really need sleep, it normally wakes up around 11:30 no matter what I do.
Wow. I can't sleep in late. For me, the latest I can wake up, the latest I can get out of bed is 8:30. I don't like being in bed like in the morning because
Yeah.
I don't feel productive. But then there I know people who could be in bed till like 2. I'm
I
like
know.
I don't get that.
Yeah. I know. 11:30 is like my I mean normally like 5 days a week I'm up at like 6.
Yeah.
But like some days if you do that and you go to bed at like 2, 4, well I
Yeah,
mean like
that's not good.
no, so like Saturdays and Sundays are normally the day I sleep in. I mean like when
Yeah,
no school, whatever. So yeah. Okay.
that's good.
Issa, how did we meet? Do you know? I
We met through Doomed on Zoom,
Yeah.
which is crazy. When was Doomed on Zoom? I think it was July.
July. Yeah.
July. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's crazy to me because I feel like we have a good relationship, but
Yeah.
we met through a virtual show
Mhm.
and we have never like met in person. We met through that show. It's crazy.
Yeah. I know, yeah. You're so cool. I don't know. I feel like I would have met you in person though too, but you're Sunday. I'm
Yeah.
Saturday, or I was Saturday, but now I'm Sunday because of the adult class. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I think with everyone on that Doomed on Zoom, because I did a summer show before, and I tried to really bond with people. Because during the summer show, I really feel that like high school and doing movies and TV shows. Movie is like summer camp. TV shows are like high school or like if you get many seasons. I've never been on a TV show, but I just feel like but doing like theater shows like that or like the place that we go to for acting, it really feels like high school again. Even you're already in high school, but it's like a second high school. Hopefully with no cliques and you're all studying the same thing. There's no like ill
Yeah.
intention.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
Do
what my
you,
point was.
do you think it's like different, the production you did like in person versus our production?
Yes and no. I think with more time, I think just the breaks that you get, we had limited breaks, but kind of the breaks that you get from like lunch and whatever food, you get time to like actually meet people instead of like their characters. Because obviously you're on stage the whole time, but it's good to like hang out with people. You come early, you stay late, you hang out
Hmm.
with people while Jeff is giving notes, and or Andrew, whatever. They're giving you notes and you like sit next to people and I don't know, I tried to get lunch with new people every day. Well, actually what ended up happening was I was friends with these two people, Grace and Emery. We kind of formed like a squad. It was just so crazy because I don't know. I never really been part of like a 3-person group or even like a 2-person group. I'm like just a floater. So anyway, we were kind of like floaters, and we started hanging out with like different people, and we just like we each day we randomly just like went to new places to eat, and like anyone that wanted to come could come. But in the end we ended up walking because we wanted to cycle through all of the restaurants, so we ended up walking a really far time from the studio just to try something new because we weren't repeating.
That's cute.
Everyone got Chipotle or whatever. We were like, no, we want to try something new. So we walked a really so no towards the end no one really followed us.
Mm,
And sometimes we got ice cream, and the ice cream place was like all the way over
that's
there.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cute. So you're saying like in Doomed on Zoom we could not do that. Like
No, but
it's
I tried to. I don't know if you knew. You probably did. We had group chats, and I think I was maybe the one who like pushed that. I think it's just good to keep in contact. Just like if someone's running late, even that's still good to like connect, and we can like joke about like whatever's happening. And I tried to like remember when we were writing Doomed on Zoom. I really tried to reach out to people because I know Ashlyn and Nicole was like, I want to be writers, so I tried to write a scene with them, and Alexander tried to help him with his monologue and write a scene with him and me,
yeah.
with Jackie as well. Just everyone I tried to reach out to.
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't
Yeah,
really,
cuz I remember you were like you really initiated that group chat, and yeah, you were always the one to reach out. And that's why I felt like really comfortable and like with you know what I mean?
yeah,
Because you were so friendly and you were so helpful to all of us even though you didn't know us.
yeah. I think that's the whole point. Like when you're meeting people, just say yes and like, become friends. There's no point in being like, no, I don't want to. Then you're never gonna make friends that way.
Right.
Like
Right,
strangers are
right.
just a friend you haven't met yet. That's a very dangerous way to think about it out in life, but I think with doing a show, I think that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Kids, maybe don't take that advice. If you see a random guy in the street, don't be like,
Hey. Yeah.
hey, old man.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah. So that's what
And
I
I
tried to.
especially in a show it's good you need to have like some relationship with, or you don't need to have a relationship with your castmates, but it makes it easier.
Yeah. Especially if you're like doing intimate scenes or like you have to pretend to be friends. It's better to actually be friends. And even if like you like have a scene where you hate each other, I think it's even more important to be friends cuz sometimes you're like, wait, if you're doing improv or whatever on the scene, you're like, did they actually mean that? Do they actually hate me? Are they actually mean? Like when people are insulting you, you're normally in fight or flight or freeze. I like to say. But like sometimes you can overthink being like, did Issa really just call me a bitch? Does she mean it? Or is that her character speaking? So I think it's good if you already have a friendship and like there's trust there. There's always trust in a
Right,
relationship.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're more comfortable.
Yeah. If it's just a random stranger and I'm cursing at you, and you're gonna
Mhm.
still think like, wait, does she mean it? Or
Right, right, right.
yeah. I mean, our Doom Done Zoom doesn't really have much of that, but just just
Yeah.
okay, just kind of switching topics. So you dated someone during the tell me about your last relationship if you don't mind.
Okay, so I was dating an exchange student um
Mhm.
from like a year ago to um quarantine, like since this whole mess started. Um and we were super close. We hung out like every day after school. On the weekends we tried to do something, Saturdays, Sundays. We were in a good like group. Um the guy knew my family. We were really close. And in February, it was like the closest we'd ever been, beginning of March too. And then we got the news school was shutting down, and we were like, oh, it's gonna be like a week, like perfect. I said, you can come to my house. You can like we could just hang out like the week we don't have school, whatever. It's gonna be great. And then they tell the exchange students the first week of no school, which was a Monday. The Monday they told him that he had to go back, and he told me and over text, and I was like, "What? Hmm? No, no way." And I called him, no answer. After like 2 hours, he called me back, and he was packing his bag, his suitcase, and he had to go. We went to the mall to get gloves, to get masks. We ate with my mom. The next day he said like goodbye to everyone, my family, friends, and then on Wednesday he left. And it's like I had no time to say goodbye to him. And he was, in terms of dating, in terms of boyfriends, the he was like one of a kind. I felt so strongly for him. My feelings were so strong for him. Feelings that I had for like no one else. And he had to go. And it was the hardest thing of my year, one of the hardest things I've ever had to face. And that was the setup for an absolutely terrible, terrible quarantine for me. That set up this time to start off absolutely terribly. It's this time for me was shit in the beginning. To
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very hard. I was crying. I would say really, 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 really sad, very depressed for March to June was terrible. I was crying there was not a day I didn't cry. And
Damn.
yeah, and it was terrible. And because that with missing him, I still miss him to this day. There has not been a day since I met him that I haven't thought about him. But also my sister was supposed to come in May. She's in Argentina right now. She's supposed to come to live here. She was supposed to come in May and she couldn't. So that was another thing that set up a terrible quarantine. And yeah, my quarantine for so long was just terrible. But then what kind of segued into how I am now, I feel I'm way better in quarantine, was I started taking my mind off things by doing a lot of exercising, a lot of like workout videos for whatever.
Hmm.
And it just started to take my mind off things, which it did work. But now I actually have goals with it, and I'm achieving like body goals that I never had, and I feel really good
Okay, good.
about myself. Yeah, and I do a lot of Just Dance with my mom. Huge fan since I was little. Um, and I also do a lot of art. I sing every day. I'm really into like drawing and painting now, and acting really. I've taken it to like another level, in terms of how much I'm working on it and where I want to go with it. And I feel grateful for this time, although it was terrible because I lost someone who still I love so much. I've never, like I said, I've never felt how I do for him for anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
I lost someone, problems with my sister not being here, but it helped me a lot in personally growing physically, mentally. So yeah.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
there's a couple questions about that. That was really insightful. And just I don't know I don't know words. Interesting. I always say interesting, like
Mm-hmm.
on Canvas discussions. This reading was interesting. You never know what to say, you know.
Yeah.
Um. Wow. So just a couple questions about your. Are you guys still dating your boyfriend, or are you, like long
Um,
distance too hard, or?
I wouldn't say we're dating. No, we're not. We're not dating. But what made it so hard too was we never like broke up. We never officially like broke up. The last thing at the airport that we said, well, we gave each other a kiss, and I think we said like we just said like bye. Like it and then like the name we called each other. So it was like playful and it was like us, but we never broke up, you
Mm.
know? And that left me like but we still like are on good terms and we talk and I I'm planning hopefully if I can to see him next summer if everything goes well, if I can travel. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So, how'd y'all meet? Like at school, right? Obviously, but like, what kind of
Yeah, we
what was that like?
okay, so I'm a super social person.
Mhm.
And I was in line and I had already met these exchange students. One was from Germany, one was from Spain. They're host sisters. I still talk to the one from Spain. And she we were just talking about like exchange students. I was like, if you ever need anything, like just let me know. We were in like the like gift shop it would be of our school. Um
Oh,
and I saw that they were talking to these two guys previously, and I was like, oh, they're exchange students. They look totally lost. They have no clue what they're doing. So then I say goodbye to the girls. Then I go up to these two boys, and I was like, hi, I heard you guys are exchange students. I'm Isa. If you ever need anything, just let me know. Like, I can help you. And then they introduced themselves. One was from Brazil, one was from Italy. And then, so that's how we met.
mm.
But then there was a Brazilian girl. She's one of my good friends. In my history class, we started talking. Then she presented me to them like officially, and then we started hanging out, and we formed like a little group. It was half like people from here, half international students.
Cool. Was there a huge language barrier? Mm, just
In the beginning, yes. Oh my god, yeah. Because he would never speak. He would never speak. And I would talk to him and I'd be like, hi, like I'd ask so many questions. And I thought he hated me. I thought he was so sick of me because he wouldn't speak. And I found out after I I feel like I broke his shell because after like a month of knowing me, then he started coming out and like speaking. And he told me in the beginning the reason he never spoke was because he didn't know English. He didn't know English. So yeah.
sorry for
Like
laughing at that, but that's really
no,
kind of
no, it's
funny.
okay. Yeah, he would say like hi and like
Because like he thought he hated you, but he just didn't know what the heck
yeah,
you were saying.
yeah, I thought he hated me. I thought he was sick of me. Like whatever. But yeah, he just didn't know what I was saying. Or he knew what I was saying. He didn't know how to respond.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm.
So yeah, oh my god, that was a huge yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Funny thing too, one of our like the Brazilian guy, one of our friends, he instead of saying beaches, he'd pronounce it bitches. And so they do like things like that and that was so funny. But yeah, language barrier huge.
Okay, cool. I just have a couple other things to ask you about from your spiel. That was great. Do you kind of want to talk about going to therapy, or like you don't have to? I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mentioned like I was in a really depressive state. This was like the saddest I've ever been. Um, and my parents were very concerned. I'm naturally a very cheery person. If I cry, I hide it. I don't know. I don't like crying in front of others, even though I do it all the time. I can't control it. But I would cry and they would see it and they would just see my face. I'm like this, like, super cheery, and it would just like
mm,
I look it, they could like smell it off me. I was like depressed, and my parents were like, "You can't, no." Like it hurt them to see me like that, and so I started doing therapy, and that helped a lot. And she told me like, you can't be like a part of why I was so sad was because I I I was just in my room like in like crying, like I was just,
yeah,
and she was like, you need to do things you love, like to kind of take your mind off things. And that's why, as I said before, I started getting really into exercising, and I
mm,
still do it, and I love it. So that helped me a lot.
that's
Yeah.
great.
Hmm.
Okay. We kind of talked about it before. Like not before in this podcast, but like, yesterday or when we talked.
Hmm.
Like it's a huge contrast of how people are like handling this whole pandemic thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy because I feel like in the beginning, like I was so depressed, so bad, so bad, and now I feel good. I feel happier. I feel way better. And it's crazy to see like how people can start happy or now they're at like a like sad. I feel like people are gonna hit rock bottom or maybe not. Maybe not, but I feel like there's I feel like people like are like this with it. Are like it's just so many levels. I don't think it's just
Yeah.
flat. But yeah,
Yeah. Some days
yeah.
good, some days are bad. Good days and bad days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's crazy how people are handling it. Like, for instance, my parents love this, and not because my mom gets to work from home, although she loves that, but because she gets to
Same.
spend more time with me, and yeah, so it's crazy. Like, it's just so different for everyone. For you, you said it hasn't been totally bad, right?
I don't know. Can also just a question. Can you hear my parents in the background? Can you hear
A
them?
little bit, but it's not bad.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
bad.
I like hear it so much, and I'm like telling them to be quiet, but like they're not getting the hints. Oh my
No, it's okay.
god.
It's okay.
Okay. Cool, good. That's why I like kept muting myself. Like you guys probably can't see it in the video, but okay. I don't know. In the beginning, I mean, everyone it's a bunch of different stages. First, you think like, oh, it's only gonna be a few weeks, right? They're like, oh, cool, an extra week to spring break because that was my spring break. Cool, cool. We'll be back. Everything will be fine. And then you kind of realize, like, oh, shoot, like the end of the semester is like online. Oh my God. Then you kind of like, I don't know. I don't think that was my rock bottom right there. It was kind of just like, oh my God, like, dude, how am I going to do all this homework? Like, how am I going to do this without like Zoom calls? How am I going to do this without like going in person and learn all this? I was taking philosophy. I mean, that class wasn't that hard, but like, I needed him to like give us examples. Good thing I made a group and I
Right.
had friends, and I was like, we were like teaching each other, which was good, but also like we're not
Yeah, it's great.
philosophy people, like we're just students. Um,
Hmm.
Other than that, it was like fine. I procrastinated a lot then. I woke up at like, well, I think I woke up at 11 every day. I had Zoom meetings, so I think my first one was supposed to be at 9:30, but she never started at 9:30, so I just woke up at 10 and just went on Zoom and was like, okay, yeah. I always have my cameras on though. That's
Hmm.
one big thing. You always have your cameras on, or your professor's like, it's hard to talk to an empty room, and they don't even know you're there. You know what I mean? So just turn your
Yeah.
goddamn
For
cameras
us,
on.
they require to have cameras on.
Well, I mean, they can't legally. I don't think they can do that for us because we're college students. Like, they can't be like, turn your cameras
Mhm.
on. Like,
Right, right, right.
we're all adults here. But some people just act like children, like, I just woke up. Like, yeah, everyone did. It's an 8 a.m. class. What? Just get up. Just like,
Mhm.
no one's looking
Yeah,
at
yeah,
you.
yeah.
We're not even recording it. Come on.
And no one cares.
No one's
God.
looking at you. I
I
think I think it's honestly because we judge ourselves much more than other people do. So I think if Zoom naturally had it set up where you don't have to look at yourself, everyone would just have their cameras on. Or if they already had the
Yeah,
cameras
that's
on.
true. That's true because I've talked to people and most people don't give a fuck like me. Like put their cameras on, whatever. It's Zoom. I'm in my house. And of course, I'm gonna be comfortable. But then there are other people who I've talked to who like will put makeup on or they're like they'll have themselves pinned or something like that. And I'm like, I don't get that.
Yeah, no.
But
I was talking to my old professor from one of my classes. The hell? Sorry, I heard like a knock at the door, and I was like, "Dude, I'm recording." Okay, maybe that was my dog. I don't know. I honestly don't know where the hell it came from. My professor, she was saying how she really wants to know. She's trying to write a script, or she wants someone to write a script. Don't take this idea; that's her idea. But I kind of took it, and I'm telling the internet. But she talks about it to her classes, and I was just talking to her because she's a screenwriting professor, and I'm a screenwriting major, and I kind of got to be friends with her. I mean, like she's a cool person. Just good to be friends with your professors. How you get jobs in the future. Just a little tip. But she was saying how she really wants to write a script about how like what people are doing when their cameras are off, like when they're not like faced on Zoom. That's like really interesting. She really wants to write a whole script about that, like people that don't have their cameras on during Zoom. It's really interesting.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
When I don't have my camera on, it's because I'm lying down
Oh,
or
it's
peeing.
yeah. I know what happened for me. I'm peeing, but like people that
Yeah.
consistently don't have their cameras on, or like
Yeah,
there's some
like
people
what?
that like lie, being like, my camera doesn't work. Bitch, you have a phone.
Come on.
Can't, stop. It's 2020. You could have said
Yeah.
that maybe like 3 years ago, maybe,
Yeah.
and everyone would. I feel like everyone, if anyone says that, they gotta send proof. They
They're
got to.
lying. They're lying. Like you
100% lying.
know they're lying.
I mean, like, maybe that sounds bad, like, from a privilege standpoint, being like, you're lying. But, like, I guess some people maybe, but, like, dude, you have good Wi Fi, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, bro, also, like,
Like
our
come
college
on.
provides, like, laptops to people if you need with
Same.
cameras.
Same. Same. Everyone says like my camera doesn't work. My mic doesn't work. It's literally a computer from the school. Everyone else's works. Don't give me that.
I know. Like, bro,
You look so mad.
I'm
I
so.
know.
There's, like, so. Oh my god, my classes is always consistently like 5 people that don't have their cameras on. And like 3 of them we know already have the cameras that work. 2 of them are like, I'm getting a computer from the school. That was like week 1. And like my school is so on top of their stuff. Like they send you a computer right away.
Right.
Like
Talking about this just crossed my head, sorry. Um Talking
I'm
about
so mad.
school, I feel like school has gotten way better than how it was when they canceled last year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely an
Because
upgrade.
for us last year when we started going virtual, oh my god, no one had any fucking clue what they were doing. The old teachers didn't know anything, and now like they're on top of their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also distance learning for me in the beginning was like, oh my god, like no, absolutely not. It's my senior year, blah blah blah,
Mhm.
typical. But now I've gotten used to it.
Mm. Yeah.
What about you?
I think the same. I honestly am just so mad because when I signed up for classes, because I do a bunch of things, which mean like I'm always stressed, but also I get to sign up for classes early because I do a bunch of things. Not like that doesn't guarantee that you get to sign up for classes early. I'm just a part of the right clubs that give me like special privileges because
Mhm.
also because I'm helping people in the club. I'm like in
Mhm.
suicide prevention, where like I don't know. I randomly just get to sign up for my classes early. So what's good about that is that like none of the classes are like filled up yet, or at least
Right.
like not many film people are like in these type of clubs. Mostly like psychology majors who want to help people. So that's like good
Right.
for me. But a bunch of my GEs are sometimes filled up. But what happens is that you don't know. There's like two types of classes: asynchronous and like on. I forgot the other one. It's like AO. It's like A. It's like A. It's like I don't know. One of them basically have Zoom classes. One of them they don't. And at the time when signing up for it, I was like, it says the time, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, I'll be able to do a Zoom call. Like this is reasonable for me. Three of my classes don't do Zoom calls. And like I
Mm.
didn't find out about that till after I signed up and after I paid for them.
Oh shit.
That like they're not doing Zoom calls, which is whatever, but like I really would prefer you guys to do Zoom calls. Like they have
Yeah.
office hours, but all their office hours is only like 1 hour a week, and it's always during my other time for classes,
Right.
all the time. Ugh.
Yeah.
So it's like annoying to like email a professor for like one question when normally you would just be able to stay after or even come early or just like ask the question in class
Right.
at the beginning. But now it's like
Yeah,
so much
that's
extra work just to like one
that's
simple question.
hard. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's hard because I ask a lot of questions and it's just not the same.
Mm-mm.
Learning on the computer is not the same.
Yeah.
Although there are people who like really benefit from it, but not
Mm-hmm.
me.
Yeah. It's also hard with names. I'm the absolute worst at names. It's good that you have your name there, but if I ever see these people in real life, they're gonna be like, "Hey, Athena," and I'll be like,
Who are you?
"Can you go back into the box again? I don't. Who are you?"
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's go into acting now. I think if you're down. Sorry, it's really hard to like
Okay.
transition into topics. I try to have a different approach every time. Either just like I don't know. I really have to think about it more. Okay, so acting, Isa. So we met acting at a studio. Not gonna say the specific one because I'm not sure that we can. But
Mhm.
whatever. Y'all can probably look it up if y'all are detectives. But okay. So when did you start acting? Like, how did that journey kind of begin for you? Like, just in general, like acting.
Wait, can you say it again? You cut
Yeah.
out.
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
So like, when did you start acting? Like, when did that whole thing kind of start for you?
Okay. Okay. So the first show I ever did was in kindergarten.
Mm.
It was Charlie Brown. I was a cheerleader. I've been doing like plays, musicals since elementary school, since kindergarten. Um, I've been really into it, but I feel like it was really for fun. I still do it for fun. I think it's so fun. But I feel like in eighth grade, I remember I was auditioning. The play was Shrek. Shrek.
Great show.
Um, yeah, I actually like it.
I
It's
like
like
it
fun.
too.
It's a fun
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Um, I I was auditioning for Shrek, and I sang. I don't even remember what I sang for the audition. I think it was Morning Person. I'm not sure.
Mm.
But I was singing. I sang that. I got off the stage, and I remember my friends were like, I didn't know you could actually sing because I always sang in like stupid voices in front of them, like I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like yeah, you know. They're like, I didn't know you could actually sing, and I remember the cast list went up, and I got Fiona.
Oh my
I was
god.
like, whoa! And then in doing that, being Fiona, I was like, I love this. I'm in love with this. I love this. And in high school, I did more. But then last year, my junior year, last before my junior year, it was summer. I I was no, sorry, sophomore year, end of sophomore year, I was like, okay, it's been fun and all, but I have a greater love for this. It's more than just a hobby. This is something I could see myself doing. I know I can do it. I want to push to do this. And so I started taking acting classes at the studio, which
Mhm.
we will not say. Um
I probably
but
accidentally said it more than me not saying it in past episodes.
um but I started taking acting classes, and once I actually knew how to act, once I actually went and started taking classes, um, I was like, this is it. I love this. I love this. And I felt more confident on stage and my performances and everything, even in day-to-day life. And I actually learned technique. It wasn't just reciting lines.
Mhm.
And in quarantine, I started reading more scripts, watching a lot more movies, and each time I watched a movie, I didn't watch it like before. I was focused on specifically the acting. And I was like, this is so beautiful. I want to do that. I want to act. I want to make a living off of that. I want to do that as my profession. And so I was like, I talking to my parents, this is it's obviously going to be so hard, but I know I can do it. I know if I work, if this is something I love, I can do it.
Mhm.
And so um I started taking it way more seriously. I bought like a background, lights, a tripod, like yeah,
Yeah,
like
background.
all the stuff to film. I got headshots. I doing self tapes. Made my resume, um, and so now I'm I'm taking the normal class that I usually would on the weekends. I'm taking voice. I'm doing privates. I take another class from a guy in Argentina who's like this actor, or whatever, and it's like it's fun. It's fun and learning new things, and I love it so much. And so now I sent stuff to management agencies, and I'm just waiting for a response with that, and still taking classes, working, and yeah.
Okay, couple questions. Kind of just interested. So I mean, obviously, I take the classes as well. I kind of just to brief everyone what I do as well, even though it's not really important. But I just started taking singing lessons as well. I think it's good to have like special skills.
Mhm.
I went to so many like workshops or just interviews with casting directors. That's like the great thing about like being active in college. You just get so many cool opportunities, or you just know people that know people, or just go on Reddit. Honestly, there's like so many cool like opportunities. Just go on the right type of Reddit. Just go on like acting and like writing and you just find things for like theater. And kind of my plan with acting is obviously film, like screen acting, but I also really like stage. I think stage is like just so unique, because like film, you have to like do the same line over
Yeah,
and over.
there's nothing like being on stage.
Yeah, I love stage, but obviously it's all closed right now, so that's kind of sad. But kind of, I realize that I love stage. There's like Broadway, there's like TV actors that just do like a small show just to like get their acting back, just to like freshen up. I feel
Right,
so that's
right.
like what I love. But I honestly watching an interview with this random like interview with some acting person said that like they go to sets and stuff, that's their work, but when they go to like the work to like class, like acting class and lessons, that's their training. It's like you're like an athlete.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, and it's so that's the training, and it's so hard to actually people always like actors always say like the hardest part of an actor's job is finding like the job. It's all training. It's all training
Hmm.
most of the time.
And like
It's
even watching a movie's like training. That's like watching like the footage from like like watching other like basketball players watch basketball games to like know their techniques and stuff.
mhm.
Be like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't
Mhm.
know what the heck, but no, okay, yeah, yeah. My question was like, how do you view like classes and stuff? Like, okay, so like for Zoom calls and stuff, normally you're like you just kind of pooped, but like for acting, I'm really like pumped up. I'm like, yeah, let's get this creativity going. It's like
Yeah.
definitely a different energy.
Yeah, for sure. I think I think it's so good that the studio we go to is doing online stuff, has been for a
The whole
while.
time, yeah.
The whole time, yeah. Um because yeah, I think it's so important that It's like our coach says. I don't know if I can say his name,
Yeah, it's
but
fine. I already said their name.
actors always need to be in training, and yeah, I think it's so important that we get to do this, even if it's on Zoom. And there's like a different energy going into a Zoom call for
Acting.
acting versus school. For school, I'm like, ugh, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Also, like with doing it online, you totally see people who are totally dedicated versus those who are just doing it because like maybe their parents signed up for them or like they thought they wanted to do it. But I mean, that's also bad because like, it could also be the money as well. But like, there's definitely been an in decrease in like people that I knew in the studio, like new people
yeah. That's so
learning.
sad to me.
I know,
So
like so
sad.
many good friends that I haven't seen in months because they haven't like kept up with it, you know?
Right.
But
Yeah, and I think it's important to do it, especially now. Now we have like all the time in the world. And
yeah.
I feel like if you're not training now, you're kind of losing it,
Yeah,
you
unless
know?
you're like trying on your own. But who would like know
Right.
where to start? You know, I mean, like unless you already know like your plays, your like movie monologues or whatever. There's no, you can't really train by yourself. I mean, I guess you can just do like relaxing and like whatever. Because we do Strasbourg at the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I might go to Adler. Like there's a place that does Adler's technique, and I don't know. I was learning from my film professor that worked with many actors. He's been a director and cinematographer, mainly a cinematographer, but he like still knows actors. And some of the best like go to many different places and learn all the techniques. You know. So I might go to an Adler studio, but they're really expensive. They're only
Oh,
20
really?
minutes away from me, but yeah, it's like crazy. I met like the head girl. She's the head at casting at Paramount, I think, now. She was back in the 90s and she got the job back because they wanted her back. And now like her daughter's taking over the studio. And I really want to go there now. It's really cool. But like it's expensive and it's some like big deal stuff. Like it's like not a joke. It's 3 hours twice a week. 6 hours a week. Doesn't
Mm.
sound like that much in
Wow.
retrospect to the whole
Yeah.
week, but that's like a third. That's one of three places that I'm going to 6 hours a week if I continue. Because the place that
Yeah.
we go to now, it's only like 3 hours a week for me. Well, with the writer's lab, an extra hour and a half, and the voice class. But those are like on different days and on different times. But this is 3 hours intensive, twice a
Mm-hmm.
week, and you have to like oh my god, you do a new monologue each week. I was just reading up about it, and you have to like there's so much behind the scenes work.
Yeah. Yeah, I started going this week actually to an acting school over Zoom, but it's in Argentina, and it's
Mhm.
with this really well-known actor, and he's great. And yeah, it's a lot of work. Every he gave me one a monologue, and it's Mondays and Wednesdays. He gave me on Monday, and I had to memorize it by Wednesday and create two improvs, and it's really hardcore. But I think that pushes actors to
Their
really
limit.
focus, and yeah, pushes their limits, and that's a good thing.
Yeah. Gosh, that's hard because I'm also doing school and stuff. So
Yeah,
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 I,
exactly.
I would love to do that school in person though, just because I feel like on Zoom, like sometimes you're doing a monologue and you're sitting down, and then sometimes you randomly like stand up or you sit down, and like I feel like I'm not really in my body, so I kind of get really awkward. So I feel like she's immediately gonna be like, "Hey, like, dude,
Come on.
walk, like
Yeah.
you know how to move your body," and I'm like, "Do I?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I really want to go there in person because the online Zoom is cool, but also like I don't think I can take criticism. Like she's like
Right.
really tough shit. She went to NYU, did her graduate degree, and she's like like whoa. And I'm like I don't really want to cry, like late at night on a Monday when I have like bio homework to do. Plus,
Right.
like their session already started, so I have to wait till like at least November to like sign up for it. But I'm probably gonna be taking
Mm-hmm.
writing classes and maybe an improv class at Second City. Maybe.
Oh, that's
It's just
great.
cheap. It's pretty cheap.
You're more of a writer, right?
Yeah, I
Well,
could
I know
say.
you're really into writing.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I just think that there's different ways to get into the industry, and I think acting takes, you can kind of do it anywhere, but it takes like a lot of money and a lot of dedication, and like you really have to be good, especially with like getting managers and stuff. We're in like a group chat, and like obvious, like managers only take a
Oh
certain type
yeah,
of people, so it's like very much being an actor. I think it honestly depends on your talent and luck. That's really what it takes. Same thing with writing as well, but I think with writing, there's so much you can do. Like, you just need a pen to be a writer. To be an actor, like, you have to psych yourself up. For writing, I guess, I feel like, I don't know, acting is just so much more personable, and you really have to, like, be open with everybody. For writing, you can just write, keep it all to yourself. But of course, one day you
that's
have to
true.
break out of your
You have
shell.
to, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like writing you can just always work on, and it's kind of my ticket in, hopefully, to wherever. I
Hmm.
don't know. I think just writing and acting, because I think everyone wants to be an actor. I mean, everyone wants to be an actor, director, writer. You know?
Yeah, everyone can say like I want to do this, I want to do that, but it's like it's a matter of it's that really can only that want can only become true if you put in the work, if you're going to
Yeah.
classes, if you're dedicated, if yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna be the best actor. I'm not gonna be the next Meryl Streep, but I do want to act in some things. But I have such respect for actors, and I really want to be a director and writer. I don't know. I like being above, behind, and like not even on set. Like just like writing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it all.
I in terms of behind the scenes, I'm not a good writer, but I do that fascinates me. That whole world, it's like another world. Like you saw my short film. It's not good. It's not anything special, but I think it's so much fun and it's so I personally I love editing. I think
Oh, not.
it's you don't?
Oh my god, I just have such a mental block when it comes to that. I don't know. I used to love editing. Then I realized I suck, and I was like, "Oh god, I hate it now." Like once you realize you're bad at something, you somehow hate it. But
Yeah.
I need to learn how to love editing. It's just such a mental block for me. I don't know. I have like weird stuff with editing, but I'm going to learn. I've been taking like 2 seminars about editing, and I'm feeling more and more confident. I just really felt like an idiot. I just felt like a chicken with the head cut off for like a couple months, like maybe like 2 years now, just with editing. I used
Yeah.
iMovie because I got too like scared of Premiere, but now I'm kind of maybe ready to tackle Premiere. Maybe not ready. I just don't feel like I'm gonna cry this time.
Yeah, I think behind the scenes, I feel like in this industry, I think the people behind the scenes do not get enough credit.
They
Like I
don't.
feel like people think in when they see a movie, they'll think of the actors, the director, writer, producer, that's it. There's
Yeah.
so much more.
So
So much
much.
more than that. And yeah, the behind the scenes is it's a lot.
Yeah.
I think yeah, it's beautiful. It's like another world.
Plus, I was watching. I think it was Visions of Light, where they said that the editor makes the actor because they're choosing their best take. And I really respect editors from like watching films, and I respect everyone on film sets. But like editing now, I kind of like it, but I'm not good at it. I don't know.
That's how I feel about writing and like I think yeah, that's how I feel about writing. I'm such a bad writer, but I like it. Like it's fun. I do it more for hobby than like I you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Cool. So you hopefully gonna get a manager agent soon, right?
Mhm.
Cool.
Yes. Yes.
Nice, nice. Anything else you want to talk about acting before I ask you like your final like 2 questions? Then we move on to like the email.
No, I think I said everything.
Okay, cool. So what's your favorite musical since you said that you did musicals when you were younger?
Like musical I've done.
No, just musicals in general.
I can tell you my favorite I've done.
Okay, yeah.
I'll think of one. Okay. The favorite musical I've done, Mamma Mia.
Mm,
Because that was the first musical I did after taking classes, so I felt like I was actually acting rather than reading lines, you know.
Yeah.
That was the first role I really got into, the first character that I loved, like really. So yeah, Mamma Mia, I played Tanya. She's like the one with the husbands, the
Mm,
rich one.
yeah.
Um, so that was super fun. Also, I love her song. But favorite? Okay, okay. You're gonna laugh. It's okay. Probably Annie
Okay.
or Wizard of Oz
Uh-huh.
because I have really special connections with those. Both of them, my grandpa took me to see, and both of them, I've been watching with him since I was a little girl. So, I mean, that's the most like sentimental one, but like actual good one, oh my God, you're gonna be like, really,
I'm
Issa?
not. I'm
Yeah,
not.
you are.
No.
Lion King or Wicked. I've seen
Okay,
those.
I
I
was gonna
think,
say Wicked. I was gonna say Wicked because it's that's
okay,
connected. That's the first show I ever saw. Like,
okay, Wicked. Oh my God, I remember. Everyone says Wicked, but really,
I know.
Wicked, like,
There's a reason it's been on Broadway for so long.
oh my mom and I saw it. We saw it at the Pantages, but
Yeah, I
like,
saw Contagious too.
holy shit, oh my God, I remember in Defying Gravity. It's the last number of the first act, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
was
remember.
crazy.
Oh
I
my
freaked
God,
out. I freaked out.
I got goosebumps, and I
Me too.
remember I looked at my mom and I was like, oh
I
my
was like,
God.
I really want to do this.
Oh
Oh
my God, it's
my god!
amazing.
Did
It's
you go with
amazing.
Cara Lindsay and Jackie Burns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
No,
you?
did you stage door? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Did you stage a door? Do you know what that means?
No.
You go like behind the. You go to like where the actors are leaving, and you meet them.
Mm-mm.
You,
No.
I met Cara Lindsay and Jackie Burnt. It's so cool. They made eye contact. I remember what happened. I think it was Cara Lindsay first, and like I was in the back and I was just holding my playbill and she signed it, and I didn't know what to say because I was just obviously mesmerized, and like she didn't like I think she has like brown hair or something, and everyone's like, yeah, I'm Galinda, but she never would know because I have black like,
Right, right, right.
and I was like, she's so funny. And then I was like, I didn't say that out loud because like there's a
Yeah,
bunch of
that
screaming
show is
people.
insane.
Yeah. And then she like walked up and I was like just holding my playbill and she was like, how's your day going? And I was like, good. And then she was like,
Yeah, it's one of those like starstruck moments.
and then
Yeah.
she was like, did you like seeing the show? And I was like, yes. And she handed it back and she was like, good. And she like touched my arm and I was like, ah. And then Jackie Burns did the same thing. Like everyone was trying to get a photo, but I knew that's like, I don't know. Somehow I wanted them to connect with me.
Right, right,
I'm
right,
like, I
right,
don't want a
right.
photo. I want to be friends. But like, maybe a photo would have been cool. But I look so bad whenever like selfies, and it's like you only have like 10 seconds. I
Me
probably would have got a
too.
blurry ass photo. That wouldn't have been good. She signed my playbill. Jackie Burns came up to me, and she was like, oh, I was there with my friend Kira. So we were just there, and Kira like knew everyone. I like stalked them immediately all after the show. But we like made eye contact, and I was like obsessed with Jackie Burns after a while. Burns, I think it's her name. Oh my god, I'm so
I
bad.
want to see it again so bad.
Me
Oh,
too. She was on this like small podcast called like half glass half full or something. I watched the whole thing. I loved it, and I was like,
that's that's how I get with shows. Once I see a show, I'll become obsessed with that show and the people who I saw.
yeah.
Like, oh my God, oh my God. Also, when I'm doing like a character, like for Mamma Mia, for example, I watched every single Christine Baranski interview.
Mhm.
I watched the movie 20 million times. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The shows that I'm doing, I don't get so obsessed because I don't want to like compare myself to like the actual people that are doing it. But right after I finish that show, I stalk them, and then I'm like, we did it better. Like, but like, no, we didn't. I just like tell myself because they're Broadway,
Amazing.
so I just be like, oh, that would have been smart. Like that's so smart. Why didn't we do that?
Right, right,
Just like comparing yourself, but it's like, oh, they're doing like it's two separate levels. Like one day we'll.
right.
Yeah. My favorite show, Wicked, and oh gosh, I don't know, maybe Waitress. I've been really listening to Waitress recently.
Waitress, I just love the soundtrack. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah. So now with your acting, like switching back to like acting a little bit. So now you're posting like your stuff on YouTube. How do you feel about that?
Okay, so originally I started my YouTube account because for my film class we had to post our films on YouTube.
Mhm.
And then I was like, I have a self tape, like I'm self taping. Why don't I just put it on YouTube, like to have all my stuff in one place? So I have right now I have 3 videos up. I have my film, a song, and a monologue. And
Mhm.
I think it's cool to have everything in one place. One, so it's like people can see it, and two, like in the future to see
How
like my work at that time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
The link will be in the description, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Which video do you want linked in the description? The song or the
Yeah, the song.
Okay, cool. It's
Hmm.
something from Waitress, right? It's When He Sees Me, right?
When he sees me, yeah.
Yeah, I love that song. I worked on that song for like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I love
I
that
love
song.
it. I love it.
Such a good song.
Hmm.
Okay. Alright, kind of shifting gears a little bit. Let's go to the questions. I didn't promote the email to email the podcast. But if you're listening to this hello, welcome. I am now your lawyer, and you have to email the podcast, or you will be fined for $0. Please just email the podcast. There's no creative way to say it. It's just athenarethispodcasts at gmail.com. I just really want people to email in the podcast, so I force my friend to just email me every time.
Uh,
Don't make me feel bad. Don't make my friend have to email me every time. Unless you like his dumb, long stuff where he kind of comes at me. Okay. Just please email the podcast, link in the description. Athena, read this podcast. If you don't know how to spell that, oh god. I'm dyslexic. I'm really dyslexic right at this second. So just look in the description, please. Okay, thank you. Okay, this is gonna be a little out there, Isa. I did kind of skim the questions. Like right now. Okay, so the subject is the questions this week are kind of long and not funny. Sorry. Great. That's kind of what I
great,
read.
great.
Thank you. To this random person. Just kidding. It's my friend. If you listen to the podcast, you know who the heck this is. And if you don't, you'll understand who. Okay, bedazzled younglings, welcome back to this best segment of the podcast, as voted by your fans. He voted for it. Derek sizzling questions and comments. Fun fact: I've never been to Chili's or Applebee's, but we already knew that. Also, announcement to all your viewers: I just moved into my apartment in San Diego, so expect an apartment tour coming to my channel soon. I think I linked my channel down in the description. He didn't move. I swear to God, he keeps going down to San Diego because his college is down there, and he keeps telling me he moved down there, and he like tricked me twice.
Uh,
And I don't believe anything he says anymore. So Matthew, if you are moving down there, then bye. I'm not even. That's me saying bye to you. Also, fuck you. Like he keeps like, look at my apartment. I'm just so gullible, you know. I just trust people. It's not a good thing.
I'm
Okay.
gullible too.
Oh my god, I just believe everything. Now on to the questions I know your viewers look forward to. You better not skip the first question again this time, I swear. Okay, moving on to the second question. Okay, critical thinking. What do you We'll just do the second question right now. We'll see if I want to do the first one. Critical thinking. What do you want to do in the future and why do you want to do it? Please answer in the most vague way as possible, but be very descriptive at the same time.
I don't know how I can.
I'll give you an example, I think. I want to write some things so people can see themselves on screen and give a voice to those people, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. Maybe SNL. I don't know.
I want to act so that I can tell a story that others tell the story of others that is too hard for them to tell themselves.
Great. I also like writing things that make people laugh. This is such a dumb question. Okay, let's go to the third question. What song is this? Ba 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 da da da.
Ba, 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 ba.
I might
I
be
don't know
doing
what
this
it's
wrong.
called.
Is this the Minion song? I could be doing it completely wrong. I'll just
No,
read it.
that is the Minion song, but it's like an actual song.
What? Oh.
Yeah, it's an actual song. You didn't know that?
No.
But yeah, the Minion song.
Okay. I could be doing it wrong. I'm just gonna read it straight up like how he typed it. Ba 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 da da da. That my mind goes straight to the Minion song. If there's more than 3 bars,
Yeah, yeah.
I could. It's probably really wrong. It's probably like Miley Cyrus or something. Maybe. Probably not. Okay, what are the pros and cons of being a kangaroo?
Pros, you can have your baby with you
Hmm.
in your little pouch. Is that what it's called, a pouch?
Yeah, yeah. You're also a marsupial. They're so much cooler than mammals. Mammals suck. I'm kidding. Marsupials are just cool. Also, Australia. I want to live in Australia if I'm a kangaroo. Pro and con.
Yeah. I think the con, fuck, con. I mean, also having your baby with you, like, yeah, it's nice to know, like, to have them, but like, get off me,
Yeah,
you
they're
know? Like, I
yeah.
don't want my baby all the time. Get off, you
Also,
know?
like you can like punch and kick people, jump really high. That's really cool. But
Yeah, that's
also,
sick. Kangaroos are so cool.
like kind of kangaroos are just like out there. I don't know. I feel like people hunt kangaroos. I don't know. I remember hearing about that from like a weird TV show. I could be completely wrong. Okay, let's go back to the first question because he was probably like fuming. Okay, for your guest only. Or I put the only part. Have you watched the best episode of the podcast yet? The one featuring Derek. If so, what is your favorite thing about him? If not, why didn't you?
I've only seen the one with Kendall,
Wow. Well,
and and why I didn't watch, I don't know. Honestly, the one I saw with Kendall, I wanted to watch the one like previous ones, but I never had time. And the one Kendall came out on a day where I finished all my homework. But like, I'll watch it.
okay, yeah. He really wants people to watch.
I will. I will. I'll comment and I'll answer that question in the comments.
Okay, yeah. Just what's
Of
the
the
best
video.
thing about him? What's your favorite thing about him is what you need to answer. Okay.
Okay, word.
It's just the one with Matthew Flores, his aka Derek. I think it's like the fourth episode.
Okay.
Oh, you'll check it out. It's the one with the guy. You'll know if it's Derek or not if you're like halfway through, and it's Matthew is his name on the
Okay.
if you watch it on YouTube. Yeah, okay. It's really funny because like that one's the most viewed one out of like all of my videos. So every time I get a guess, he's like ask them. I think it might be some like I'm reading too much into this psyche, but like he wants to know who actually watched it because that one got so many views,
Mhm.
and it keeps getting views to this day, and we don't know why. Like I don't. Like every
It's
week it's like
weird.
an extra view, and it's like who the heck? Like
Yeah.
why? So maybe he's trying to find out like who actually watched it.
Mhm.
I don't know. Matthew, no one. Maybe they're all bots. Just kidding.
Fake.
I hope not. Okay, last one. Number 5. Trying to juggle being the quarterback, the high school quarterback, the most popular person in school, and the lead of the school play is not an easy task. Which marble do you cheer on during a marble race? Is your choice dependent on the color of the marble? Is it based on the placing of the marbles? Please explain your answer.
The color.
The color? What color?
Because blue. Blue's
Hmm.
my favorite color. It's weird. There are these videos on YouTube where there's like it's like a marble thing like that, or it's
Yeah.
like yeah. I always pick the blue one.
Mm.
I just picked the blue. My favorite color. I don't know.
Normally, all the marble races I have seen, I only play marble races. I normally don't watch marble races. I know kind of controversy, but I really like playing in marble races. So my mom was a really big fan of marbles, and so am I. So there's like clear ones with like some cool shit in the middle, and then there's like really like cool sparkly ones. I normally choose the one that looks the prettiest, and I am pretty vain, so it's either like, yeah, dark blue or like not pink. Pink is kind of, I don't know.
I
It's,
don't like pink.
I don't like pink. Pink just to me, I know it's bad, like associated with women, but like it kind of seems like a weak color. Just like a certain type of color, shade of pink, seems very weak to me.
Like light pink.
Yes, yes. Light pink just seems
I
like
don't like it.
light pink is like the type of person that would like drop a pencil and would make you pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
they got that type of energy.
Yeah, yeah. So I would normally choose like the one that's really like cool looking. Maybe like just the slick black one. That's a really
I
nice like
like
matte
rich,
black.
yeah, I like rich dark colors. Like my favorite's royal blue. So
Oh
pretty.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yes. This isn't necessarily royal blue, but
But like it's not baby pink. Get out of here. Like this, I don't like this,
uh-uh.
but I have it cuz it's yeah.
Yeah. See, this is another thing I have that's like blue. Well, kind of. The
Yeah,
Skylander.
the color at the top, I love that.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
pretty.
Yeah. Okay, a last little quote by him. China and McLean called for all the monsters. Looks like they finally showed up. Gooey hooey. Great. Matthew.
Beautiful.
Yeah. True. Alright, Isa. Any last words you want to say?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here.
This was
And
very fun.
yeah, there's nothing else to say to like. Thank you for having me. That's just like everyone
Yeah.
says that. It's like, how's your day going? Good. It's just like an immediate response.
Yeah, yeah.
I just one time I want someone to be like, I hated it, but in the end, it was all right.
This sucked. No,
Yeah,
it was fun. It was fun.
yeah.
And
Thank you.
also, I feel like this helped us, like you said, bond. You said before you do this because it, like, for the interview part, but also, like, to build a better relationship. I feel like
Yeah.
we got that.
Maybe in like 5 years, you'll look back and be like, oh God. You're
Oh,
like,
God.
I don't know. It's just good. I can't wait for me to watch all of these episodes and be like, what an idiot I
Yeah.
was.
Or, like, the same, like, a year from the time you posted each one, and you'll be like, wow.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Like a year reaction later with like the person. Hopefully we're
Yeah.
still friends, you know?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
do
that'd
want
be
to do that.
cool.
But I'll
Mhm.
edit that one, I hope.
Yeah.
I learn how to edit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you to everyone that's still watching. And if you are, please email the podcast once again. I didn't promote it as much because I feel like that's just annoying. Just do it. Okay, thank you. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you, Isa, again. All right, bye.
Bye.